Hey, welcome everybody. This is going to be I think probably 5-minute video. Let me just turn that down. Just want to make sure my stream is live. There's a little bit of a delay on YouTube when I go live. Okay. So this is going to be for the league race tonight. We have Atlanta, Daytona, and Las Vegas. These are my setups. So they may or may not work for you. I am using the G29 with the stick shift. So sorry guys, I'm just lighting a fag and grabbing a beer quickly. So what I'm going to do in these videos, a lot of you guys know how to race, so there's no issue there. But for each track, I'm not going to split the video up tonight. I'm just going to go and do all 3 tracks. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to run the track a couple of laps, give a little bit of a track guide, and then go into the setup for each track. So about a minute and a half for each track. That being said, let's get into it. Okay, so we need to go to test session, Cup Series, and we'll just use that guy. This is the first one. So Atlanta. So Atlanta, you can, with the right setup, you can pretty much run this as a super speedway. As your tires wear off, I'm not sure what the tire wear we're going to be running tonight, but as your tire wear wears off, there's like maybe a 5% lift in the corners. It's not too massive. As you can see there, the gold time is at 28.8. We're not going to do that on this run. At 28.8, you need to be running low fuel. I have had a 28. But that was on fumes, so it is possible with this setup. So that being said, let's go straight into the track. Okay, good. Take the first lap slowly, and just
okay, get back in there. Let's go.
And just show the line really. So the first half of the lap, or the first lap, you can pretty much come in. So you kind of want to run this wall as much as you possibly can. As you get to 3, come in late and then hang around here to about here, and then we just let the car drift out to the wall on the exit. And then just bring around. Again, just before this red marker here, then we start bringing it into the middle. And when we get about here, we can put the power back on and the car will sit. And if we get here, let the car ride out on its own. We stop some spinning out. That being said, let's get up to speed. Let the car come out on its own. Down now, and we should have to lift it through. Nice and firm, so a little lift there. This is not going to be good lap. Even with a mistake, that was a 30-second lap. It's got a stop 30-second lap. 29.7, 29.8, 4.2. again, they're not lifting off. Good mark. Just a good lap.
Excellent lap there. Good job.
29.6. So, and we're not lifting. A little bit of lift there, just a little bit slowly. It's looking tyre wear. The tyre wear's pretty even. Not scrubbing off too much in the front, not scrubbing too much in the rear. We're wearing quite well together. So that's to me, that's a nice balanced car. Okay, let's call it there. So yeah, a 29.6, I mean, that's, without traffic, you know, that's not a bad time. With low fuel, like I said, that's going to be well into the 28s. So let's go to the setup. This is set up to be quite loose. So we've taken the front, left and right, left and rear shocks. We're taking them down quite low. It just holds the line a little bit better. We've reduced the front weight. A lot of people have similar to the left weight. Wedge, I wouldn't play around too much with that. I mean, if it gets a little bit tight, play around with the tyre pressures personally. I wouldn't mess with the wedge. Ride height, that's up to you. I've tried running 6 degrees on the front. It doesn't make it faster. This, for me, for this setup, this is the optimal. Tyre pressures, as you would expect. That drop on the rear right is what's keeping the car as stable as it is, I think. And then with the cambers and everything. Grill tape, you can run, you could probably run 55 at a push, but I wouldn't recommend it. And the gear ratios, they're nice and quick. I recently found out today the reason that the 4th gear is greyed out, it's a Nascar ruling that the 4th gear has to be a 1-to-1 ratio for this year, apparently, for 2020. So 4th gear has to be a 1-to-1 ratio, which is why in Heat 4 you could adjust it because there wasn't that mandatory 1-to-1 ratio. So that's why that's greyed out for those people that have been wondering. So, that being said, that is Atlanta. So we'll move on now to, let's do Daytona next, because it's alphabetical. Apologies for the load screens, they're not my fault, it's the game. So with Daytona, just while we're loading in, as you can see, I've raced it quite a bit. I've only had 8 wins, but you know, I race against high caliber people. And they're just better than me. But it does at least show you that you can win with this car. So Daytona's a bit different to Talladega. Similar in setup because it's a super speedway, but the banking's higher and the track's narrower. So there's a trade-off between stability within traffic and outright speed. Now this car setup, it's a fast car, but it's built for stability as well. So you can run the low line when you're out in front and not worry too much that anybody's going to catch you. But you are able to run the mid and high line, as with the Talladega build that I've got, with confidence. I wouldn't recommend running up against the wall too often, but it will definitely run the middle line and it will go through traffic like butter, like hot knife through butter. So you can see there the goal time is 44.2. We're not going to get a 44.2, that's a low fuel time. So we're going to aim for around a 45, mid 45 will be a good lap outside of traffic. You'll hit 44s. What's my record around here? I've got a 44.1. That's my record with this car. So that being said, let's get going. And as last time, we'll go around the track once.
Okay, get back in there. Let's go.
Those who don't know the track, don't miss this line. So again, this is a full throttle. So you want to kind of be on this line. Ignore this green line, which doesn't give you the best line around the track at all. At the start of the race, better to run high. Better to run high at the start of the race, especially when everybody's getting used to finding their place and stuff. But I'd run around here, just above this green line, just to start the race off. It's a nice stable line. If you're running with AI, they generally like to stay on the outside of the inside. So it's going to be here. And then once you're out in front, then you start running on the bottom line. You can hold this line quite easily. You can quite slowly. And then you can hold that line all the way around. And then you can print code over there. Okay, so I'm going to think up speed, and then, so yeah, I forgot to mention, this is a green cut gear setup here, so I haven't got my foot down. So, different left. And then cast the wheel, just let those go, and then we start the laps. Apologies, that was my fuck up.
You're clear of pit road.
So you can see it's a nice slow first gear, nice and long. You keep that time off the restart. You want much range, you get up to that turn 2 before you switch gear. Again, by the time you're on the track rail, then you shift because you don't want to be shifting up the place as well. It takes a good lap to get the car up to speed, but it's worth it. I think it's probably one of the fastest takeover cars I've heard. First yellow. So there's just one going with us. Fully up to speed within 195 of the starting point, so the car just sits and love it. There's no play on the wheel, there's no binding. The car's got fighting, there's a tire wear on it. You see the tire wear's nice and even. You can just try to get on it. So easy as well. 46 I know this car is good for the car up nicely.
Wow, that's fast.
Yeah, I think there's a few things which isn't bad, and as you can see, the tyre wear is dead even all the way around. There's absolutely no scuff anywhere at all. But that says the car is powered. So let's there on the back. Car temperatures look pretty much even. This is a very, 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 very bad car. As you can see, it's 45 cylinder ethanol. And that's on our own land standard. And we're holding a good speed in the corners. On this line here, there we go. So it's a nice fast car, and as you can see, tyre wear is nice. So let's go into the setup and go through that. So there we go. As you can see, we're running maximum ride height on the front. It does make a difference at Daytona, same as Talladega. Just lifting that car up just gives you a nice little speed boost. We're running the rear springs quite low because we want the car to be a little bit loose. And considering we're running 60 psi on all tyres, the tyre wear is absolutely phenomenal. So, grill tape, I wouldn't take above 55. I mean, you can drop it down to 50 if you want. That's a personal set preference. Okay, so hopefully everybody's got that. And we'll move on to Las Vegas. Moving on. Oh dear, excuse me. And again. Crikey. Okay, Las Vegas. Just another interjection as well. The setup I've just done for Atlanta is a new improved setup from the last Atlanta I did. So if you've seen my YouTube setup, I've got the super speedway setups. So that Atlanta will be not super speedways. The last Atlanta I did, that's a new and improved one. So that's a couple of hours driving and just fiddling around with things. Mostly playing with camber in it and gear ratios, to be fair. Camber makes a massive difference, by the way, on custom setups. I'm hoping in the new game we can adjust track bar in the pits, but I'm not sure why it was missing from this game because it's something you can do in real life. So I just don't understand.
Possible to fix.
Okay, we're not going to hit 30 seconds. I've got this set up to be around late 30 seconds,
That means it.
31 top, really. But Vegas is a difficult track. It's an easy track to drive, but it's difficult technically because it's very bumpy. In turn one.
You're clear of pit road.
So just show the line again. So we ignore this. So if we're coming out here, we're going to just let the car ride up to the wall. Sit here. Take it to we'll just go around like this. There's a nasty patch here. Here it gets really bumpy. So as you get here, you don't want to be on your steering wheel turning right, left. You want to be just easing the wheel over. And then once you get here, then cut that corner straight. So we'll cut straight across here. And we want to go straight past the middle, the start finish line. Coming out to here, see where the green line's arcing here. We want to come to here and then start our turn. And then start our turn towards turn one. So if we're coming here, we want to turn into turn one a lot sooner than there. So we're going to start turning here. Down. So you get the idea. You'll see what I do when I go. So let me go back to the garage. Start session. So we'll go out properly this time. You'll see what I mean.
Clear of the pits, hammer down.
Back into there, cut the corner right here, and we can take it to a gentle arc. Back in here, lift a little bit, 2, over the speed there, over the wall, that's not bad. 3 and 4 you can pretty much back on and off, just here, follow down, up one, that's the floor. You try to high speed there, lift a little bit, you can go deep, keep the car back out. Like the
That was a better lap. That was a great lap.
Vegas is aggressive. Because it's starting with the benefit. As the tyre wears more, you can the race it'll start easing up. And then once you get the tyres down about 15%, so other people are sliding all over the place, really nice and fine. Yeah. Rocket's circling fourth to first. Stop the engine up. Okay, it's at garage. Okay, set up. Here's the setup. Nothing spectacular, really. Pretty much see it's pretty level all the way around. Vegas is quite a level track, but the most important thing is the shock settings and the spring settings. It just smooths those bumps out in turn 3, in turn 4, coming out turn 4. And you've got that little slidey patch that if you hit, you can turn the car sideways. Matt seems to like hitting that sometimes, repeatedly, on occasions. And going into turn 1, when it gets a little bit jumpy, and coming out at 2, not so much. But it just seems to smooth those bumps out a little bit, and you're not bouncing around so much. If you can, I wouldn't loosen the car up too much around Vegas because it's so aggressive on tyre wear. You don't want the car, when your tyres are dropping off and your back end just sliding, trying to overtake you on, especially turn 4. The back of the car really wants to come out against the wall. And turn 1 and 2, you want to be nice and kind of want to be in the middle, and you don't want to scrub too much speed going into 1. You've got to be able to carry your speed around into 2. So if you're too loose later on in a race, it's going to do you damage, and you'll drop seconds. So yeah, that's pretty much it, really. So yeah, I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope they're useful for you, and hope to see you next time. Thanks for watching.